You're going to want to have it so that your Hangouts, you can see the stuff, but the main thing that you're going to be looking at is the Roll20 board, because there's going to be pictures and shit that I'm going to show you on that also.
That makes sense. Let me just figure out how to do that first.
Your camera keeps going down. Eventually we won't be able to see you at all. It's like you're getting taller in front of us.
I think it's just because I keep moving forward to try and see what I'm doing.
Yes. Oh, believe me, eventually, like you'll have a webcam and shit like that, and you know, boom mic hanging down. It'll be fun, and it'll all be shit Corey has to buy, and I will laugh and laugh and laugh. They'll be like, God damn it, Logan. Now she wants another webcam so she can get like side shots and stuff. I'll be like, I have no idea how that works. You figure it out and buy it. So, all right. Do you see the Roll20 board?
Yes.
It's
yes, I do.
The one that's got the spark thing on it. Cool. Okay, where it says discard pile and there's a picture of a tomato truck. Yes, really. That was outside my friggin' window one day. When you have discard cards, you want to put them there. So now you see the picture of the skull, like the chrome or silver skull. That's a card deck, and if you hover your cursor close to the top of it, you're able to pull cards off of it.
Okay.
So go ahead and John. You and Jess both give yourself 6 cards. We'll reduce hands when Corey comes in. I'm not going to bother to try to explain all the cards and shit because I don't want to overload you with crap right now, Jess. You'll pick it up. This session, the game will seem really complicated. For John, how many sessions were you like, what the hell?
I'm still what the hell.
So for at least 4 sessions. Okay, now you don't have to keep your cards secret. In fact, I recommend communication, at least until you know what you're doing. Since I know that John doesn't know all the cards yet, you're gonna ask me as well, and just tell me what they are, and I'll give you an idea of what they are for. A lot of them are like plus 10%, and that's like to maybe any skill, maybe a specific skill, whatever. And you play those before you roll, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Cool. So, yeah, we're just going to dive in, and Corey can catch up. Oh, I know where to put Corey. Oh, I'm feeling the power of evil coursing through my veins. It feels so very, very good. All right.
You want to know our cards here or what?
If you have any questions about what the cards do, now is a great time to ask.
I have a Oh Cruel Fate, play immediately.
Ah, okay. That's the bad guy gets 4 cards?
Yes.
Okay, I will give bad guy 4 cards.
So I put that in a discard pile?
Yep.
And that's the tomato truck, right? The discard pile?
Yep. By the way, Jess, when you click on the cards, they look really friggin' small and shit. If you click on the individual card, it gets big.
Oh.
And then you click it again, it makes it small.
I have Easy Cyber install. Cybernetics only.
I would toss that and draw a new card. Oh. Well.
I have some. No, wait, go on.
Do you have any red cards? Play immediately.
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Oh, which ones?
One of them is discard 1 piece of gear.
Don't worry about that. You managed to dodge a bullet on that. I will tell you your gear in a minute because you have no starting gear, so just discard that. What's the other one?
Let me get rid of that one and then I'll tell you. Numbers to letters.
Okay. Don't worry about that because I've got a card that kind of negates it. Be sure when you guys discard your cards to put them in the discard pile. The reason why is, first off, when you're on different boards so you don't cover anything up, pictures and stuff. Second is that there are cards that allow you to gain cards back from the discard pile. So that will help. Okay, now the bad guy got a down to the wire card, which means everybody, no trading, immediately discards all of your cards except one. You get to choose one to keep. If you'd like advice on which card to keep, just ask, and I will tell you what I think is best.
The other couple too, I have Murder in the Dark.
Okay, that's kind of it's a fun card if you're in darkness, but otherwise it's a very situational card.
And Smell +20.
That's a lame card. I'd probably, well, what were your other two, John?
I have the Smell +20. I have Skill +5. And the last one is the Man Who Has the Lemons.
Okay, so you essentially, the Man Who Has the Lemons is understand a babbling NPC,
Okay.
and then the Murder in the Dark. So I would choose between those two cards. They're both very situational. So neither of them may be useful for what you're going to do, but
just discard one of them.
Yeah, you should have only one card left when you're done.
All right.
My dad needs the link. My dad needs the link real quick, and then also
tell him the link. Tell him the link is on the Roll20. He should have Roll20 in his computer.
Give me a second.
Tell him, Dad, don't be lame. You're embarrassing me.
Okay, so my cards are the Assistant +5%.
Okay.
Personal Escape.
What else you got?
Round Revision.
That's a nice one.
And then Limited Retrieve.
That's a very nice one too. Okay, the two best ones you have are either Round Revision, which if you get into combat can help swing a single round that might be more in your favor. The other one is the Limited Retrieve, allows you to pick up something from the top of the discard pile. Personally, I would keep the Limited Retrieve.
Gotcha. I'll do that then.
Yeah. Now, how you gain cards is if you say something smart, you say something witty, you do something clever, stuff like that. If you're doing good crap, then you will gain cards from it. Sometimes I won't even tell you that you're gaining cards. I'll just stick them into your thing. Like if you guys are planning something or whatever, I'm not going to break up the conversation to go, oh, she's saying smart shit, draw cards. I'll just stick them in your hand. So, okay. Yeah. Right, let's begin. You guys are both standing in a hallway. Let me give you a picture of it here. The first two pictures should be unveiled. One of them is the hallway going forward. The other is the door behind you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be kind of a creepy, badly lit place. Most of the lighting is indirect. You don't see any external windows here. And it kind of has the antiseptic smell of, like industrial cleaners. And it looks like the bulbs are kind of flickering, and you can hear distant screams and such from down the hallway, which looks pretty warped.
Not good.
Now, the weird thing is you guys both have a very strong feeling that you know each other. Like you can't remember each other's names. It's kind of like when you get introduced to somebody at a party and you immediately forgotten their name, but you both have the feeling like you've saved each other's lives several times back and forth so often that you stop keeping track of who saved who or whatever. So you have that kind of weird bond that you just can't explain. And you're standing next to each other, and you instinctively know this is your friend, but more than that, you'll have to figure out for yourself.
Bird, have you ever been here before, this place?
No, I don't think so.
Like, is this floor like really wavy like this? I start walking over.
Cool. Yeah, it's kind of sagging, like it kind of feels a little squishy, like maybe the timber's rotting underneath it.
Mm.
But you notice that up ahead, it looks as though there's a huge hole in the floor. It's probably it's big enough that if you were to do a running jump, you're pretty confident that you should be able to cross it. But there's also a nasty, rotting, wet smell in the air. And looking down through that, you can see way the heck down, like maybe 20 meters down. It looks like a swimming pool that's just disgusting. It looks like the water and stuff has not been upkept in a long time. I will show you a picture of the swimming pool.
So that's the only way through this is to go over.
Either jump or fall through the hole into this really disgusting, fetid water that has God knows what in it.
Real quick, my dad sent to Facebook in the link.
Okay. I didn't have my Facebook open. My bad.
Is there a way to try and jump through?
Well, like I said, running long jump, you're kind of assuming you have jumping skill, and you're kind of confident. If you don't have jumping skill, you're thinking you're probably doomed to swim. And
I have rope. Is there anything that can?
Actually, as far as gear goes, you guys have, now that you're checking it, you have none of your other gear. You don't know where it went. But both of you guys give me a luck roll.
Damn you, Logan.
Yes. How do you do the luck roll? What's your luck, Jess?
Let me check. Where would I find that? I'm sorry.
It's under the, like, close to dodge and dex and all that. It's one of your skills. It's near the top of the character sheet.
Give me a second. I can't. Yeah. Give me a minute. I can't find it.
Let me look at my character sheet real quick here so I can find it. Yeah, finding out where all the crap is and then remembering it is.
Yeah.
It's on the first sheet. Natural weapons.
Oh, okay.
One of the bold-faced ones.
35.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Where the hell am I?
Never mind. 60.
Good.
I do have jump.
Yes. How'd you do on your luck roll, John?
Let me see here.
Corey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I cannot hear you. Where the crap? I can barely hear you. It sounds like something's up with your mic.
Okay.
How do I? Wait, give me a second. How do you roll dice again?
If you
played this like once.
No problem. If you go over to the strip, the up and down strip on the roll 20, click the picture of the dice second from the bottom. Then it'll show advanced roll. If you click where it says D20 and then like the arrow, and then you have a D100 you can select. Oh, John, your papers are loud as fuck through your mic.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Do you see that, Jess?
Yeah, the advanced dice roller, and then roll.
Click the arrow under advanced roll, where it's, so you can bring up the menu for D100, and then click the blue roll button. Oh, you got it. Yes. So that's a failed luck roll. Yes. Okay, cool. John, what did you do on your luck roll?
23.
So success.
Yes.
Excellent. Just so you know, Jess, there are 4 different possible results from every roll. Because if you say like 23 or whatever, I have no idea what your luck is. So it's either success, fail, or if you get super low and you get like 10% of your roll, then that's a crit, or 10% of your skill. So in your case, 6 or less. If you get super high in the 90s, it might be a fumble. I'll tell you how that works later. But it's fun for the GM. Corey, could you say something else? See if we got you through yet. There you go. Yeah, you got it now.
Okay.
Wait, say something else. You kind of cut down at the end again.
Sorry.
Yep, there you go. I know where I'm bringing you in, Corey. For you other two guys, you have the feeling that your buddy is somewhere like vaguely ahead of you, another buddy. Okay. You don't have like distance, but you're like over there somewhere. Cool. So now as far as gear goes, let's see, John got better. John, you're wearing a stethoscope.
Nice.
And you're wearing like a white lab coat. And I keep calling her Spark. Jess, you were wearing a white uniform that says orderly across the chest of it. Cool. And as far as gear goes, you guys each have actually, Corey does also, but you're not in a good position right now, Corey, which I'll get back to you in a second. But each of you guys has 2 tarot cards on you. You don't know what the deal is. The Rider-Waite deck, if you know what that looks like. Corey, your 2 tarot cards are the 8 of Swords and the Page of Wands. John, your 2 tarot cards are the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles.
Ace of Swords, what?
And 5 of Pentacles.
Tentacles?
Pentacles, like pentagram, pentacles.
Logan, you said 8 of Swords and what of?
Page of Wands. You're cutting in and out on your mic, Corey. I don't know what's up with it.
Okay. I might have stepped on it. Is that better?
Kind of fades in and out a little bit.
How about this?
Now that's worse.
Is that better? Damn it. Change of Wands, I got it.
Got it. I think you need a new mic soon. Amazon. Let's see. I just made the money. Fuck it. And let's see. For yours, Jess, you have the 6 of Wands and the Emperor.
Gotcha.
Cool. So anyway, you guys are confronted by this gaping pit that you can't just step over, but it's not like you're having to do an Olympic jump to get across it or anything, but it's doing a standing broad jump would be really dangerous because you're looking at about your body length, which is not great.
Before we go, I look at the Jess character and says, you have to please forgive me, but I can't remember your name.
It's Allie. What's yours?
I'm Tom. So I'm going to check to see if is the floor is there any slickness to it? So if I get a running jump, I'm not going to like slip or fall or anything.
No, in fact, you're wearing like these kind of plastic soled shoes that give a little squeak, squeak, squeak as you wander around.
Okay, but it's not slick.
Now, what were your guys' characters' names again?
Mine's Tommy.
That's right. I got Tommy already.
Terrible secret.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And Jess, what was yours?
Allie. ALLY.
Got it. I just am writing it up there to be able to keep track of stuff. Okay. So yeah, you think you can make it? Hopefully.
All right. So okay. Disregard. All right, I'm going to make a run for it.
Excellent. He backs up and goes sprinting. Give me a jump roll.
Oh no.
He goes, ah! And just disappears. And possibly he might hit the water. He might not. Now, this is where we might get into the use of a hero point. Your hero points, Jess, what's your essence stat?
Let me check.
It's up at the top under your statistics.
I can use my I can use a
12.
12. So you have 12 hero points. keep track of them. They are like gold for you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. John, what are you going to stick with that god awful roll?
No, negative.
Okay. Are you spending a hero point, or do you have something else to toss at it?
No, I have a hero points.
Mark one off and give a new roll. Good luck.
Gee, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Negative. Not by much, though.
Just looks down. I had a friend. I don't anymore. He's gone.
Can I, like, okay.
You're still standing there watching him, like, leaping into space and stuff and doing really poorly at it. Oh, Corey, don't you worry about rolling. I know where you're at. I have your starting already, sir. That's what you get for showing up late, buddy.
Okay, so did I see him hit the water?
I don't know if he's sticking with that or if he's spending a hero point yet.
I'll just do one more.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. He lands
made it
on the other side, skids to a halt. The other side, perfectly sturdy, perfectly stable. Not a problem at all. Of course, now one of you is on one side of the pit, the other's on the other, and the smell coming up from that pool is just disgusting. Yes, are you gonna back up and give it a shot, or?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
All right, your jump skill is somewhere on your sheet.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
Nice.
It
might be under the alphabetical skill things. Like I said, it's a pain in the butt to find your skill.
Where everything is, yeah.
I'm looking too. Okay. Oh, yes, it is under the alphabetical ones on the second sheet.
Yeah, okay.
And it's one of the bold-faced ones. The players were the ones who came up with which one should be bold-faced because they said they get used all the time. I think Corey was part of that think tank. Right. She hits the opposite side with her head and then is doing this weird back flipping thing. That's what's called a fumble there. That means it's going to be even worse if you stick with that result. Or you could spend one of your hero points to try not to have this amazingly horrible result.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
I would recommend it. Yeah, that's an exceptionally bad roll. It's where, you're pretty much trying to commit suicide on the way down. There. She cleared it like a champ. Now, here's something that's interesting. You see the small box that's off to the left of jump on your character sheet? Little box.
Yeah.
After you succeed in a skill with pencil, it's very important to put a little tick mark in the box. You only do this the first time you succeed in a skill when the GM calls for it and stuff. And you just keep track of which skills you succeed in. At the end of the session, then those skills might go up, and we'll come back to how that works later. Okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Gotcha.
But it's important to keep track of that crap. Otherwise, you will kick yourself. Oh, Corey, take 4 cards, by the way, Corey. So you guys have crossed the pit of apparently pause draining or hero point draining. And on this side, it looks like there is 2 different hallways that go off. Or wait, sorry. Hold on a second. Yes. One of the hallways is littered with all kinds of rubble and stuff. And further into it, you can see bloody footprints that go from one door over to another door. And you have the feeling that your buddy is in that direction. Corey, you have the feeling your buddies are close by, but you are powerless to do anything about it right now. I'll get back to you in a second. And that's straight down the hallway, or you can take a right-hand turn in a hallway labeled Children's Ward.
I look at Allie and I said, maybe we should go try to find our friend.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that.
You guys, no problem. You guys continue on. and you notice that the door that the bloody footprints come out of is on your left side. The right side is like if you were to follow the bloody footprints, then that would take you in the direction of your buddy. The door that they came from looks like it can be barred from the outside, and it has one of those slots that you can open and look around suspiciously and then close and then open the door. But the door is partially open, and it's got like flickering lights on inside. But the footprints lead through another door.
And what did you say? There's a sign that said children's ward on the other side?
Yeah, that's on. If you were to take the hallway to the right, instead of, like there's essentially two main doors that are important. Bloody footprints coming from, bloody footprints going to, or you could take a hallway going to children's ward.
Oh, so there's three hallways.
Okay, so
you feel your buddy is in the direction that if you were to follow the bloody footprints, that might take you to your buddy.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
Yeah.
You good with that?
For right now.
Sure. You guys follow the bloody footprints, and eventually they come to a closed door. There's no bars on it, but it looks like the kind, and there's no window either, but it's the kind you could push open from either side.
Okay. I give it a push.
It opens easily, and you can see beyond it, there looks like there's a room with some stuff in it, and then another room that has different stuff, and somebody strapped into a bed, and some kind of very strange, frightening nurses gathered around it. The stuff that's in the room between you and your buddy looks like this, but without the people. Yep. Reveal, just to give you an idea of the stuff. And you have to look around a little bit on the picture. You can, there's a little bar on the upper right side of the screen. It's got like a square in it. If you move it up and down, that scrolls it in and out. So you can find the pictures easily.
Does my gown have a name to it, like a name tag?
No.
I say to the nurses, what are you doing to my patient?
Excellent. Take a card. The nurses are all wearing like the old-fashioned nursing hat. I'm getting a picture of that up too. Sorry, they're kind of all over the place because I don't know what order you guys are going to go stuff in. And the weird thing about them is they all have plain white faces. Yeah. Right. And no feet. They seem to be kind of hovering above the ground a little bit. It seems that their bodies ended about their belt line. Now is what's called a sanity roll. Corey, you can make this too, except you see the picture with the lady with the, it looks like a cigar in her mouth, but it's not. It's like a thing to keep you from biting your tongue or whatever. You see that? That's you right now, strapped down.
Oh, no.
I am familiar with this electroshock therapy.
So now you want to find sanity. It's on the first sheet. And find out what your total is. I believe yours is at 50, yeah?
Yeah.
So you want to roll under 50. What happens is if you roll under 50, then you take less sanity loss. I'll get to that in a second. But go ahead and do a sanity roll. Corey, yours is a little worse because you're strapped down and there's a hum of electricity ready to go.
I got a 5.
Also, there's a big switch nearby that looks a lot like this.
Is someone near the switch?
The nurses are. There seems to be 3 nurses creatures in there floating around. As soon as the doctor said something, they form a line. But if you could give me sanity rolls. Did you make yours, Jess?
Yeah, 5.
You made yours, Corey? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
you made
5, yeah.
I have a suggestion. Well, the reason I was going to ask is I seen that suspended man before. So does this suspension people kind of, does it do anything to me?
It's totally different creature. The suspended guy had a face. All of these have like a kind of white face. They seem to be different kinds of creatures. Corey, you lose 1 sand.
I'm good.
And nobody else loses any sand. They're creepy and quiet, but they're not absolutely terrifying. If you lose enough sandy, then your character may freak out for a while and stuff. So they line up neatly, and one of them gestures toward the guy with the stethoscope on, and then gestures toward that big Frankenstein-looking switch. You can see your buddy with the bite guard in, looking at you with the big cloth things with the metal and the wires and stuff on either side of his head. He doesn't look really happy, but you know.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, so these nurses have that white face. There's nothing to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't tell if they're male or female other than like just the clothing. When they move, they're not seeming to walk. They just kind of glide and hover.
And they're staying in the room?
Yes, they have lined up to one side, and one of them gestures toward you, then the switch.
And I ask him to leave the room. Leave us to my patient.
All 3 of them begin gliding toward you guys because it seems that there's no other exits. What do you want to do?
There's no exits?
Other than one you can.
Am I conscious, Logan?
Yes, you are.
So as the nurses are going towards them, can I do anything with my straps or anything?
You can try to give me a contortions at half if you have that. You have been well and firmly restrained.
Nope. Acrobatics, I have.
You rise around ineffectually.
I have the one card I drew said play immediately.
What's it say?
No trading. Everyone immediately discards 2 cards.
Right. Everybody discard 2 cards. In your case, Jess, that's all of your cards.
Yep.
Good news, you're getting the crappy cards out of the way first. Corey, discard 2, any 2. You can feel the hum and potential energy just ready to rock.
Hold up. I don't know how to. Never mind.
Yeah, you got it. Cool. They've all stopped in front of you guys because you 2 are in the doorway. There doesn't appear to be any other exits out of this room.
So can I move away from the exit?
Yeah. In fact, just say I get out of their way or I move away. Yeah, you move out of the way. What about you with their stethoscope wearing guy?
Yeah, I move out of the way.
All 3 of them silently, creepily glide out. It is the creepiest shit ever. It's completely silent.
I go over to our friend.
Mm-hmm. He writhes around. He's not able to talk or apparently move right now.
Does he have a piece in his mouth?
Yeah, something is sticking out of his mouth.
Sure.
I take the...
Can I start trying to like undo the straps?
Yeah, in fact, just put it in first person point of view. Say, I start undoing his straps. Yeah, always phrase things first person. It helps you get in the character. No problem. She's undoing his straps. What are you doing there, Tom Tom?
I took that piece out of his mouth.
Oh, you can talk again. It's got like the teeth things and stuff.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I know you, but I can't picture your name.
My name is Stephen, Dr. Stephen Yang. Normally, I'm on the other side of this type of setup here, but obviously I found myself in some trouble here.
And how did this happen?
Quite unusual place.
How did you get in this predicament?
That is an excellent question. How did I end up in this predicament?
Even you just woke up here. You have no idea.
I can't recall at this moment how exactly I ended up here. I just woke up and I was strapped to this chair and about to be adjusted.
What's the last thing you remember?
Let's see. I had a long day, saw several patients, and I got real tired, and I think I just dozed off, and next thing I know, I'm here. In fact,
But anyway,
I'm really convinced that this isn't a dream entirely, but we'll see.
Yeah, just possibly, but you never know.
Either way, I'm glad either my ego or id has projected itself into my saviors and freed me from this chair, or that my friends have come and saved me. Either way, I'm happy.
So is this your practice?
I'm a psychologist, psychiatrist.
He's wearing a white shirt that says "lunatic" across the front.
Oh, let's get this shirt off.
He doesn't have
unless you're a lunatic.
Well, no, I'm quite sane normally. So
Normally?
I think these clothing are just manifestations of our psyche, really. So it doesn't really matter what it says on there. They're just figments of our imagination. So it's not important that I change them.
You notice how much less convincing it sounds coming from somebody wearing a shirt that says "lunatic" on it.
Oh, it's quite all right.
She has freed you from your bonds and stuff. You're just happy that this wasn't in a Japanese setting.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I get up off of the chair. What was it? What is the device set to? How many volts was it set to? Can I check that?
Yes. Give me a electronics and a medicine roll to know how many volts a human should be taking, getting electroshock therapy and stuff like that.
Okay, so I'll make a medicine roll first or electronics first?
Whichever you wish.
I'll do medicine first. Okay, nope, don't get that one. And electronics. I don't think I have electronics. Nope, I don't make that one either.
It seems that the knob can go up a little bit higher, but not too much higher.
Oh, so okay, well that's good. Normally we use this to treat some hardcore schizophrenia and some other types of disorders, but I'm not really sure what their intent here was. So I'm not exactly sure what setting they were trying to use. So I'm not sure what it's set at right now or what they were trying to treat exactly.
But are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. They didn't execute their procedure. I don't think.
Now, you want to show us around, because I have no idea where the heck I'm at.
Honestly, I've never been here. This is completely unfamiliar to me. The floating nurses, that's something I've never seen before either. Yeah, I'm new here. Although I'm kind of interested and intrigued to sort of explore this to see if it is my mind that we're exploring or something else entirely. So we should carry on.
There's a couple of interesting things. One of which I need not from Dr. Steven, but from the other two, spot hidden roll. It's alphabetized second sheet, spot hidden. Get to know that skill. You use that a lot. Now, from Dr. Steven, I don't need a roll because as you were laying down, you were looking up at it it's on the roof. It's the letter. It looks like a couple of letters have been carved into it. Letter B like boy and E like echo.
Can you repeat that?
Wait.
Boy echo or Bravo echo. 2 letters carved in the ceiling. Now,
print it?
What?
Wait, print? English print?
Yeah, English print.
Capital B, capital E, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the roll we're supposed to make again?
Spot hidden.
My paper down.
Oh, I got it.
Now, keep in mind the best thing to do with all rolls requested is hit the roll button first, then find the skill. Because if you get anything over 60, you know you're going to fail.
I
got mine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Be sure to put check mark next to your skill if you made it. Did you make yours also, Jess?
Yes.
Yes.
Put a check mark next to your skill. You guys also look up and see the letters carved in the ceiling. And since I believe, John, you made it under half, you remember that you remember I said that there was a room before this room that you guys kind of hurried through that had more equipment in it?
Yes.
There was letters in that room also that you noticed, but you didn't have time to act on it because you were heading into here quick.
Had the same initials?
No, different letters. Those say IST, India Sierra Tango. Yes, Jess, you will learn the phonetic alphabet eventually if you play this game long enough, and it's a skill that will go with you your entire freaking life. I'm still using it. So it's IST, India Sierra Tango.
Okay, so you said that when we were walking, like the hallway when we were walking into this room had bloody footprints. Did I see them continue into the room, or did they just...
In fact, they go right up to the chair, and they seem to kind of match. Take a card there, Jess, for remembering the whole bloody footprint thing, not being distracted by this madman that you found strapped to the chair. In fact, they seem to go right to where he was, and they seem to be about the same size as his bare feet. Yes, you're sporting the Bruce Willis diehard barefooted thing, Mr. Lunatic.
Am I injured? Are my feet
Not
cut?
at all.
Oh.
They don't seem to be. You check the bottoms; they have dried blood on them, but other than that, they seem fine.
I probably should obtain footwear at some point. I don't think it's probably safe to continue without shoes of some sort, or socks, or something. There isn't any of those laying around here, are there?
No. You're going to be doing this entire movie with bare feet in a tribute to Bruce Willis.
Glorious.
Unless you find some, of course. But yeah, that seems to be all that's of real interest or value in this room here.
I saw there's another initials that we just seen up here. Do you guys want to head over to that way, or?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then maybe we could go...
Does that mean we got to jump back over that hole?
No,
the whole
like room right next to it. Basically,
Okay.
you walk 5-10 feet, and you're in the, like, it's an antechamber with more gear. Like if you needed to do more electroshock therapy at the same time with more people, here are more beds.
Okay.
So after we're done with this, we should probably go to the room across from here, right? Where the footprints came from. Because maybe it'll give us a clue as to...
She makes smart talk. She knows the true. So,
Where they took me from, or perhaps how I got here.
Yeah, because it looked like... Can I see if the footprints look like... So, did the footprints look like he was just walking, or do they look like he was dragged?
Excellent question. Now, under your alphabetized things, it'll say tracking.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty easy tracking. So you're going to be at tracking plus 20% because that's pretty easy to determine. So you're going to want to match the die roll button and then find your skill.
Gotcha.
Be close.
Yeah, I still failed that.
You're going to guess, since you're not seeing a lot of smears, walking, but you're shit at tracking. So
I have tracking.
you look at the footprints that she's examining.
Negative.
I am assuming, since my feet are uninjured, yet still covered in blood, that somewhere along the line I walked through blood on the floor. So we should prepare ourselves for some sort of scene of, either a corpse or some sort of bloody type of scene. Because I'm assuming that I walk through it. So just mentally prepare yourselves.
No problem. You guys begin then tracking the footprints back to the room that was across the hall initially, that the footprints came from. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem. When you get to the rubble-filled hallway that comes from and stuff, you pick your way carefully through there, Dr. Steve, because there's a lot, like pretty much any standard industrial debris, big bars and stuff like that laying around is here. Little screws and bolts and things. But then you go over and the door is mostly closed, but it looks as though it could be easily pushed open. It does have a bar on it, but it's on your side. So if somebody was in the room, you could close the door, bar it, and then they're stuck in there, presumably.
Okay. If it's not locked, is the bar closed? So to lock
No, the door is ajar slightly as well.
Oh. I push it open.
No problem. I am finding the room. There it is. You guys see this room here. It's down a little bit from the swimming pool picture. And from
Nice.
only Doc Steven, please give me a small sanity roll, because you recognize the words "I feel pretty" drawn in blood as your own handwriting.
Oh, that's not good.
Right, roll a d4 and knock that right off your little sanity there. Oh, cool. Disturbing, you think? You can put that under whichever category you want. Like, just so you other two know about sanity lost categories, if you go down to the sheet that says sanity sheet, like you could put this under gross out, for example, if you wanted, Corey.
Right.
And so what you do is you keep track of, like, for example, if he's putting it under gross out, then he would write 4 next to in the current box, and it says 20 in the max box. That means after he's seen 20 sand point, after he's lost 20 sand points toward like gross stuff, then he doesn't care anymore. It becomes like the old police detectives going up to a scene and going, "It's a bad one."
Yeah. Are we all doing sanity rolls?
No, just him, because for you guys it's just dried blood, but
Okay.
for him he's like, "That's my handwriting." Ah! You guys are like, it's pretty horrific. And yes, there's definitely a pool of blood on the floor that looks like somebody walked through it. In addition to that, there's also, it looks like a hand-drawn picture in the room that it's up from the nurse's hat picture. So it's pretty much to the far right of the sheet that's just laying there. It's next to the big switch picture.
Got it. Ooh.
It looks like somebody drew that. Corey, I'm guessing you don't have drawing skill on this guy?
I have art lore, but not art drawing.
Ah, pity. That would have been a fucking beautiful thing if you had it. So maybe somebody drew this and left it for you.
Oh, that's very nice of them. Very,
Yes.
very good. Nice
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm not sure what it symbolizes yet, but
Right. Other than that, there's not. And the window in this room, it looks out onto some mountains, like low mountains. The picture of which is next to the art picture thing.
Okay.
Rockin'. Question: are you taking notes and stuff?
Yeah.
Well done, you. No, seriously, this game has a wiki.
Really?
Yeah, not even kidding, dude. It also has an in-game board that when you meet the right PCs and they know how to get you onto the in-game board and where to get the stuff from, because it's all in-game stuff. You need like some gear and codes and stuff. But once you meet up with them and they can get that to you, there's a whole in-game board that if you read it, which is all in-game, it may blow your mind. So yeah, that's why it's always good to play with as many different people as you can.
Got
Which is
you.
different. It's different than most gaming groups where you're always playing with the same, certain number of people and it's always the same ones. In this group, we don't do that. The group size is about 15 to 20 people, and whenever you feel you have time or want to play, you sign up and then you play with somebody new every time, perhaps, or sometimes some of the same people.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Alright.
Oh yeah, I noticed you're signed up to play with Yana. That'll be fun for you.
Yeah, she's fun.
She is a character for sure. Do you have any questions on the system or anything while we wait for Corey to get back? Oh shit, he's back.
No questions.
When you do, please ask, because they say there's no stupid questions. That's a lie, just to try to encourage people to ask questions. But there's a lot to like your first few games. So for your first 4 or 5 sessions, you're going to be like, what the heck is going on? But know this, even the experienced players, after many sessions, many of them at times go, I don't know what's going on. We have to figure this out.
All right. Yeah.
Corey, you're muted for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not sure if Corey can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm muted so that I don't bother people with noises that they don't need to hear.
Screaming kids.
I have a question. Is there a shortcut or a way to put the D100 roll someplace that isn't the advanced roller window that's on my screen?
Well, there's 2 things. First, if you type that's roll D100. Does that work? Yeah. If you type /roll space D100, then that does it. But also, they've got a new character sheet that's still being worked out, and once we get that figured out, then you'll be able to input all your values onto the character sheet, and then by simply clicking on the skill, it rolls, and it also tells you if it's a success, if you made it by a lot, if it's a crit, it's a fumble, whatever. It is a friggin' thing of beauty. I was very impressed with it.
Yeah.
So it's currently being rolled out, but soon life will be easier for you. Okay. Other than that, I don't know of a neat way to have the dice just there.
Okay, I'll figure it out. It's fine.
Yeah, there's probably some clever way that I don't know. I'm old and don't like learning new things. All right, so moving on. That's all that's pretty much in that room. That's interesting.
Okay.
Sorry. The window has bars on it, but the bars look really old and messed up. You're not sure if you'd be able to Hulk through them, but they're definitely old and stuff. And it also looks like, from your perspective, you're probably on the 3rd or 4th floor. You can't really see much of the wall because, getting your face close to the bars and stuff.
Is it daytime or nighttime outside?
Daytime.
Okay, and can I see the sun or no?
Not from your current vantage point.
Okay.
Is the window locked? Oh, you said there's bars on it, you said?
Yeah. It appears to be normal glass, and it has really old bars on it.
Shake
the bars are on our side, right? Not on the other side of the glass?
They're on your side. They definitely rattle and stuff like that. Like I said, you don't know if you'd be able to Hulk through it, but these bars are by no means impenetrable.
I'm sure there's more than one way out of this place.
Oh yes.
I'm going to look at the drawing.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to look at it closely to see if there's any artist signatures in there, or if the artist hid anything in the painting or anything like that. Like I have an art lore skill, because I know that sometimes the artists sometimes secret in their paintings or whatever. So
You give me an art lore roll. As far as secret stuff, I gave you a card for that, so you're up to 5 now. When just FYI for Jess, whenever you look at your cards and go, oh, I am up above 4, then just say, hey Logan, these are the cards I have. What should I get rid of? Until you get comfortable with the cards. So 4 is always your max. Even if the GM gives you a crap ton of cards, you have to go back down to 4 eventually. Did you make your art lore, Corey?
I did. That's a success.
You're thinking a talented amateur artist, nobody with a name or anything like that. It's not like one of the Dutch masters said, I'm going to make this little, but it's just, there's no hidden messages in it, but it's just kind of a creepy balloon skull thing, little girl holding skull balloons and stuff.